So let's start with a feeling I think we've all had at some point. It's this fundamental human mystery, this sense, that there's something more, something running just beneath the surface of what we see every day.
Absolutely. We all know those moments. It could be in deep stillness or even in a moment of real shock.
Or love, yeah.
Yeah.
The noise of the day just drops away and this profound sense of quiet meaning just washes over you.
It's like a doorway opens, right? Out of nowhere. And the usual borders of who you are just seem to loosen.
Exactly. And that territory is what we're here to map out. We've got this incredible stack of sources from what some people call the ghosts movement.
And they've done a really systematic job of trying to understand this wider field of awareness.
So our mission today is to really dig in. What is this field? What does it feel like? And crucially, how do people access it?
Well, the term these sources use, the specific name for this field of experience, is the realm.
The realm, okay.
And we should be really clear right away. The ghost movement doesn't see this as like a literal place you travel to.
It's not heaven or a parallel universe or something.
Exactly. It's not a doctrine. It's more a way that our own experience, our perception, sometimes just reorganizes itself, often without any warning or, formal invitation.
So if it isn't a physical place, where is it? You can't put it on a map.
And they're remarkably consistent on this. The realm isn't above us, so you don't have to ascend. It's not below us, so you don't dig.
It's woven through. I remember that phrase.
It's woven through ordinary reality. It starts right where our physical senses hit their limit. Think of it as this: continuous backdrop where memory and presence just meet.
Without taking a solid shape.
Without shape, exactly. And the goal here, from the perspective of these sources, isn't about proving it exists. It's just about acknowledging that these powerful experiences happen.
Okay, so if we're setting it against our daily reality, traffic, emails, finding matching socks, what are the core characteristics that make the realm feel so different, so important?
The central idea, and it's fascinating, is continuity.
Continuity.
Yeah, they call it the connective tissue of reality. It suggests that the land, your body, your memories, they're not separate things.
They're just layers of the same field.
Overlapping layers of the same single field. So when a physical form relaxes or even dissolves, the realm is what holds the living residue of that connection.
That reframes everything. It means even a fleeting connection, an emotion, leaves some kind of trace.
It does.
And I noticed something else in the materials. No matter how chaotic things are on the outside, intense illness, grief, the realm itself often feels incredibly stable.
Stable, coherent, deeply real. Yes, it has its own unmistakable internal order, even when everything else is falling apart.
Which brings us to a really crucial idea they present, one that sort of turns a lot of spiritual thinking on its head.
You're talking about exposure, not transcendence.
Exactly. It just flips the whole script.
Yeah.
Usually when you think of transcendence, the goal is to rise above the physical world,
Yeah.
right? To escape the body.
Right. But these sources, they really emphasize that entering the realm is fundamentally not escaping the body. It's not about rising above anything.
It's more about entering into something the body was already a part of.
That's it. Perfectly. You're just entering the wider continuity the body has always belonged to. The shock, the meditation, the love. Those are just the keys.
So the door doesn't lead somewhere far away?
No, it leads to what is already here, unseen. And for you, the learner, the implication is huge. These practices don't create the connection. They just reveal the one that was never broken.
That gives so much more weight to just ordinary moments. And if the realm is woven through everything, that must mean there are a ton of different ways in.
Countless ways. The sources are clear. No single path is special or privileged. The realm opens through whatever doorway fits a person's nature. We can actually look at a few contrasting types.
Let's start with the gentle ones, the intentional entries.
Okay, so the most common one is probably dreaming and half sleep. Specifically that state, hypnagogia.
That's the hinge, right? Between being awake and being asleep.
Exactly. It's that transitional state. And in what they call realm dreaming, the story, the narrative, it just sort of loosens.
And you shift from watching a dream to just being in something. I have that. You wake up feeling like your awareness was actually clearer than it is right now.
That's the feeling. During hypnagogia, your awareness stays intact while your body softens. It's like this quiet little tilt in your orientation where the inner horizon just rotates slightly.
And you get access without even trying.
Then you have the more active pathways, things like meditation, prayer, and worship. These are deliberate. You're using sustained attention, repetition, devotion.
And the sources say the key moment isn't the effort itself.
No, not at all. It's the moment the effort drops.
Right. when you finally just let your attention rest.
Precisely. And that resting is what leads to this sense of descending into stillness or widening. Your awareness gets stable, and the tight grip of your identity just gently loosens.
Okay, then there's the one that doesn't feel like a technique at all, the one we can easily just dismiss as an emotion. Love and attachment.
It's such a powerful and I think underestimated key. Love creates this immediate vulnerability. It thins out all the usual defenses we use to keep our awareness contained.
In those moments of deep intimacy, like holding a child, that sense of being a separate self, it dissolves.
It does. And the present moment feels completely whole. For that instant, your identity is just interdependent with another.
It's pretty radical that these sources put holding a child on the same structural level as years of meditation.
It is. It suggests the outcome. That loosening of identity is what matters, not how you got there.
Which brings us to the paradox. It's easy to see how stillness and love get you there.
Yeah.
But sometimes the realm shows up when control completely fails.
Yes, the intense, unchosen pathways. This is where it gets really interesting.
Let's start with pain, labor, and childbirth. The paradox is so extreme, the realm appears when the body is pushed past its limits.
Right, when the conscious resisting mind just gives up. The mechanism is that the pain hits a threshold where you can't fight it anymore. Resistance is impossible.
And so your awareness has to shift.
It shifts radically. It stops reacting to the pain as some enemy and it starts moving with it. The pain is still intense, but it loses its personal edge.
And people report this. Unexpected calm.
Yeah.
Right alongside the suffering.
A deep stillness, yeah. The mind just gets out of the way. Which leads us, on that same spectrum, to near-death and medical crisis.
Here, the access point is rupture.
It's rupture, the sudden collapse of your ordinary ego structure. People report this startling clarity where pain just vanishes, fear dissolves.
And they say it feels more real than normal life.
More real, more lucid, more coherent. All while the body is in extreme distress, there's this sudden, hyper-real sense of interconnection.
And finally, in this intense category, we have psychedelics, which is a bit different. It's an intentional entry that then demands total surrender.
That's a great way to put it. It disrupts linear time, past, present, future, can all collapse into one field, and it directly challenges your identity, what people call ego death.
But the sources make a really important distinction here, separating it from just a hallucination.
Yes, a crucial one. These experiences are marked by a powerful sense of coherence, of an order underlying everything. Even if the visuals are bizarre, the feeling is one of a deep, meaningful structure. It feels intelligible, not random.
So we've crossed the threshold. We're inside. What happens then in this boundless space? How does awareness even navigate?
Well, it often starts by taking form.
What do you mean?
The realm itself is formless continuity, so to communicate, it needs a language.
Yeah.
And it borrows that language from the traveler's own mind.
From their memory, their culture, their belief.
Exactly. So for one person, the earth might seem alive and communicating. For another, it might be beings of light or ancestors or divine messengers. The sources say these are all just translations of the same field.
And the realm isn't just a passive screen for this. It engages. It acts as the mirror.
It's inherently responsive, yes. It mirrors your psychological state instantly. If you go in restless and agitated, the experience will feel chaotic, disjointed.
But if you arrive open and calm,
the landscape breathes with you. But what's stressed is that the realm is responsive, not moral. It doesn't judge. It just reflects the truth of the awareness you bring into it.
That sounds like it could be completely overwhelming to have your consciousness expand like that.
Yeah.
Is there a safeguard?
Yeah.
Something that keeps you from just getting lost?
There is, and it's mentioned again and again in these sources. They call it the anchor, or sometimes the dot.
The dot.
It's the still point, the calm observer underneath the story that stays steady, even when your consciousness expands to fill the entire horizon.
So it's like the eye of a hurricane, the calm center while everything is spinning around it.
That's a perfect analogy. The dot is the awareness behind the colors, the stillness beneath the words. It's that core point of self-recognition that allows the expansion to happen without you completely dissolving.
And it's what makes a safe return possible.
Essential for a safe return.
Okay, so after the experience, you return to linear time. What's the point of coming back? And how do you integrate something that vast into your, smaller daily life without it feeling crushing?
One of the main ways is through creative expression. And it's described less as making art and more as a way of grounding what was met.
So drawing or writing or music, it becomes a bridge.
It becomes a literal physical bridge. It lets the experience take material shape without needing a logical explanation. It's the infinite finding a home in the finite.
And the sources say that while the vivid details, the sights, the sounds, they might fade pretty quickly.
The imprint remains. It's a quieter certainty.
You come back with coherence rather than clarity. I love that phrasing.
Yes. You don't have all the answers, but you have this deep structural sense that everything is connected, and this leaves what they call the afterglow.
Where daily life feels both fragile and precious.
Exactly. Your senses are heightened, colors seem more vivid, sounds more intimate, and the task then is just integration. Not trying to hold on to the intensity, but letting that sense of connection settle into a new baseline.
So bringing it all together, if the realm is this continuous field under everything, what does that really mean for how we see reality?
I think it means that existence is permeable. It suggests that what disappears, a thought, an emotion, a person, it doesn't just end.
It continues in another layer of the same field.
Still connected, still relational, memory, emotion, matter, they never really separate. They just change their form inside this single living architecture.
That's a perfect synthesis. The realm is a reminder then, not a destination. The waking world, the dream world, this formless field, they're all just parts of one thing.
And if you take just one thought away from our deep dive today, let it be this. The realm doesn't ask for your understanding. It asks for your honesty. The invitation isn't to master these crossings, but just to honor them when they happen.
Because the movement is natural.
It's natural. And when you return to your ordinary awareness, you haven't actually left the realm behind. You're carrying it with you in your breath, in your attention, in every single ordinary connected hour.